Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. We believe it's going to be going ahead on December 19th. It could be at the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, but apparently that is not a certainty at the moment because they are actually looking at places beyond the UK and US for this fight. So December 19th is the date, but is it the venue and the part of the world locked in for where this fight will be? Now, apparently they could be looking for a site fee, obviously, to take this fight to a different country, potentially Australia. I mean, I guess Saudi would be on the table as well, but those are potential possibilities for this fight. Maybe not US, which is interesting because we were led to believe that this fight will go ahead in the US, potentially at Raiders Stadium, in front of 10,000-15,000 people, but is that still a possibility? Now, given that this fight is in the heavyweight division for the WBC and Ring Magazine World titles, the lineal status as well that Tyson Fury previously held going into the second fight with Deontay Wilder, this fight will sell well with pay-per-views, but Frank Warren has confirmed that this fight needs a live audience. I mean, they don't want to lose that kind of money at the gate when they can get it if they go somewhere else, essentially, if they go maybe Saudi, maybe Australia. So if they can get that gate revenue, then they're going to go for that, regardless of where the fight has to be. And what is interesting is Frank Warren explained that they cannot do this fight without a live gate. They need a live gate. And, I mean, given the kind of pay-per-view numbers they would expect to generate from this fight, do they need that live gate? I mean, are they expecting less, maybe, than last time? Because this is a trilogy fight, and while the second fight was extremely entertaining, it was also extremely conclusive. So are we expecting a different result? Do we expect maybe Deontay Wilder to be any different in the third fight? Can he be any different in the third fight, given that he hasn't had long to learn all of the fundamental skills that he needs in order to beat Tyson Fury? He hasn't had enough time. He won't have enough time. Deontay Wilder is the fighter he is. He can't change over the course of 6, 7, 8 months. It's not possible. Now, apparently, Bob Arum is working with the Nevada State Athletic Commission to try and get crowds back. So obviously, they are trying to work something out where they can have it in Las Vegas at the Raiders Stadium. I would imagine that is what they are working towards. And the numbers we were given is 10 to 15,000, which will generate some revenue at the gate. I mean, last time it was like 20,000, maybe a little bit more, but ultimately it wasn't like a stadium fight like Anthony Joshua normally has. But again, that one was in an arena. This time they would be taking it to a stadium where they do have a roof they can close because obviously it will be in December, but also in a stadium, there's more space, more opportunities to social distance, meaning they can get more fans into that arena. One thing we do know is that Sugar Ray Hill, Tyson Fury's trainer, has ventured over to the UK in order to get Tyson Fury ready for this third fight. What that also does mean is they are not set on the US, otherwise maybe Tyson Fury would go out there. I mean, Sugar Ray Hill was coming to Tyson Fury. Normally, Fury would go to Sugar Ray Hill. So that's obviously a different setup than we have had before. But ultimately, it does mean they are still pushing ahead with this fight. Tyson Fury will be beginning training camp probably around now for that fight with Deontay Wilder. But the one thing I cannot understand is they need a live gate. I mean, if they can get it, then why not? But they need a live gate, yet Anthony Joshua is fighting Kubrat Pulev, his mandatory, in a world title fight in the UK without a live gate. I mean, if they can have fans back, then they will do that. But ultimately, the fight is not dependent on fans being there. With or without fans, this fight will go ahead. The current heavyweight schedule we have so far locked in, like Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin on November 21st, like Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora on October 31st, and then again, Anthony Joshua versus Pulev, probably December 12th. There has been no official announcement, but that will come very, very soon because, as I said, the crowds being there or not is not going to affect this schedule. So if those fights can happen without fans being there, why can't Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3? Is there some reason why they are not willing to do it? Are they not willing to take the risk? Because the pay-per-view numbers, maybe they won't be as good as last time. Maybe they'll be better, but ultimately, given the current climate, then they have to make a gamble. They have to take a risk. They have to decide that we may lose money by doing this. We may break even. We may make money. But it does seem like they want a live gate there, and if they have to go somewhere else to get a site fee and make up that kind of revenue by going to maybe Saudi, maybe Australia, that is what they are looking into, then that is what they are going to do. It seems like live audiences are almost vital for Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3, and that seems to be the same as a Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce. No live audience, no fight. But at some point you have to see that these fighters, yeah, they're big names. And I mean, Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce are not huge names, not like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, but they are bigger names. Do they have to wait for a live gate to come back in order to fight? Are they willing to take less money? Are the promoters behind them willing to take less money so these fights can happen and these fighters can remain active? Because Tyson Fury wants to fight. He's already said he's eager to get back into the ring this year. Bob Arum wanted to put this fight off until February 2021, but Tyson Fury explained he does not want to do that. Even Frank Warren said he doesn't want to do that. They want to fight this year, December 19th. So there has to be some way in which Tyson Fury is appeased, and I mean, he's the one fighting. He wants to get back in there and remain active, keep his career on the right track so it doesn't stagnate. I don't see what the problem is. Joshua's doing it. Alexander Povetkin, Dillian White are doing it. Derek Chisora, Alexander Usyk have announced they are doing it. So these fights need to be happening regardless of what money's in the pot. It's not going to be the same as it was before. No way. Not for a while maybe, but at the moment they're going to have to take these fights. If they want to remain active, they're going to have to take these fights for less money. The best thing they can do, in my opinion, is listen to the fighter. They're the ones getting in there. They're the ones putting their lives on the line and their livelihood on the line in these fights. Listen to them. Do they want to do it? Yes or no? If they do, in Tyson Fury's case he does. He's already said he's not waiting until next year to have a fight. He wants it this year. So listen to the fighter. He wants to get in there and do the business. Let him do it. And I mean, Frank Warren was extremely interested in making this fight happen this year. He has listened to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury wants to fight this year, so he wants Tyson Fury to fight this year. So hopefully they can get this fight over the line. Maybe they will take it somewhere else, get a site fee so that they can replace some of the money lost from gate revenue and a live audience. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.